Hi there. Today I will be doing a review of this, which is the Sony Reader, the PRS 300. It's called the Pocket Edition. It's relatively new. It's been out for a couple of months now, and it was been brought out by Sony alongside the PRS 600, which is the Touch Edition. Obviously, main differences between them are sort of the fact that it's got a touchscreen. This one just has buttons. First thing, I'll just tell you what comes in the box with it. Also, you get the reader. You get a USB cable, just a standard mini USB to normal USB, and you also get this slip case in the box as well. It's a fabric one. Works quite well. If you got a PSP, it's the same sort of case. It does fit quite well. Just slide it in there. It's nice and snug and keeps it well protected. Even though I don't use it very often because I bought one of these leather cases. They're about £20. Well, this one was when I bought it, and you simply put the reader inside. If I run over ports and things like that, on the bottom you've got see there's a hole there, which is one of the holes to attach the extra covers, a strap loop for when you want to carry it on a strap. There's the USB port. There is a AC adapter port. It doesn't come with an AC adapter, saying that I've only ever had to charge it once when I was first syncing my books. The batteries kept going since then. More on that a bit later. Also, again, if you have a PSP mains charger, you can actually use that in here. It's the exact same port, and the voltage is only 0.5 different, but it will charge without any issue. I've done that before. And then there's a reset button on the bottom as well. And then on the top, again, there is the other hole for the extra cover. That's a light there. It can be orange or red, show that the reader's on when you first power it, and a sliding power switch. On the back, we've got nothing. There's just reader and then serial numbers, that sort of thing. And then on the front, you can see, obviously the screen takes up most of it, and then they kept the numbered buttons that were on the PRS 505. If you had one of those, it just goes from 1 to 0. And then on the bottom there's a home button, a back button, a direction pad, and these buttons are the page turn forward and backward buttons. Obviously, again, unlike the 505, there aren't any buttons up here. You have to use these ones. There's a bookmark button and the zoom button. I'll turn it on. Here you go. And what it does automatically is it remembers where you were when you turned it off, and will keep showing you, what page you're on last. But basically, yeah. At the moment, this text is on large. If you press the zoom button, it'll go back to small again. So it kind of depends on what your eyes are like, how big you want the text. It takes a little bit of time to resize it. If I press the button, you'll see it'll reformat it. Normally, I can either read on medium during the day, or if it's later at night and I'm getting a bit tired, I'll put it on large just to help out. Like I said, simply flick page forward, page backward. Obviously it does do that whole refreshing thing, making the page go black first, but it's relatively fast. I think it's faster than the older models. Here you go. And then if you go back, you see you've got a list of books here, the list of operations for the current book you're reading. So I can continue reading, go to the beginning, the end, any bookmarks you put in. There is a table of contents with the book, Yeah, I don't use the other buttons very often down here. But again, to make a selection, you can either use the directional pad to go up and down, but obviously if you're trying to get to the bottom, that'll take you a very long time, so it's just easier to press the corresponding number button. So if I press 1, it'll continue reading like that. There you go. Yeah. One thing to note, obviously, different from the 505, the 300 doesn't have any extra card slots, because the 505 and I think the 600 series do, so you can add an SD card and a memory stick with extra books on. Also, this one doesn't do music, there's no headphone port or anything. End of the day, I didn't really think I'd want to listen to music on my e-book reader, so I wasn't too miffed about not having that. I can't remember how big the storage is on here, but it will hold a lot of books. I've got, how many do I have on here currently? Let's go back. Yeah, I've got 110 books on here at the moment, and there's space for a hell of a lot more. But yeah, simply it does just do books, but that's what I really wanted an e-book reader to do. This is the main home menu, which you can get to by either pressing back lots or pressing the home button. And from here you can either continue reading, it'll take you right to the current page you're reading on the last book you were reading, or it'll you can do books by title, books by author, books by date, collections, which is where you can put sets of books that you like together, bookmarks, and there's settings. So normally what I'll do is I normally go by author, so just press 3, it shows you a list, again choose alphabetically. So I think there should be some Shakespeare on here, so I press that, and then it'll show you all the books, the book's title, and then the author, and you can just press left and right to flick through the pages, because I've got more pages of authors, like that. So yeah, there we go, there's a book there, William Shakespeare at the bottom. Press 0, and I don't think I've read this one yet, so continue reading, and there you go. Coincidentally, when I bought the ebook reader, I was told that unlike the other versions, you didn't get the 100 free classics, but subsequently Sony sent me an email, and they give you a link where you can download the 100 classics, which is what I've done. So I haven't read them yet, but they are free. But yeah, here you go. Battery life has been excellent. I've only charged it once, and I've used it for a good month and a half so far. I don't read every night, but I do read quite a bit. So yeah, the battery will last you ages, and normally it will just charge on USB fine, or if you want an AC adapter you can plug it in there. And again, it's just really handy, because you can be reading so many books on the go, and it'll remember what pages you're on all the books, so you don't need to have bookmarks for everything. So at the moment, I think I'm reading 2-3 books at the same time. Whatever I feel like reading at the time I'll switch to. It powers off pretty quickly. Just turn the toggle switch, it'll power off, and then turn it back on again. There you go. When you first turn it on, it will take a bit of time, because this kind of works more like using this toggle switch is putting it into sort of sleep. So it will use power in that mode. You can turn it off completely by going into settings, advanced settings on 6, and then there's device shutdown, which will actually turn the ebook reader off. That's if you're not going to be using it for a long time. Syncing books is easy as well. I'll just put that down for a sec. Let's talk. Syncing them is really easy. You just get the supplied software. It's Mac and PC compatible. From there, you can put any formats of ebooks you want from anywhere. I've got them from Waterstones, Borders, W.H. Smith as well, and any doc files, anything basically. It's completely open. So far, I don't quite know how it works with Amazon's ebooks, but every other ebook format on the market, you can just download, use the software, it'll sync it up. DRM stuff you can use as well, And yeah, generally it's great to read, and it's made me read more than I ever did with old-fashioned paper books, really. And with this cover on it, I'd say the cover's quite worthwhile because it just makes it seem a bit more bookish, basically. Right, I've run a little bit over time. Anyway, overall, really good device. Comments, questions are welcome. You can put them down the bottom there. You can follow me on Twitter. Username's at the bottom of the screen. And yeah, hopefully this is helpful. Yeah, okay.